Al-Halaqi, Dar'a will remain the shield of the homeland and its people will not allow terrorists to stay on their soil. Syrian Arab army units kill and wound scores of terrorists in Aleppo, Dar'a and Homs. The BBC unveils a new secret British-U.S. plan to train terrorists in Jordan and Turkey to fight in Syria. Iraqi army continues its war against terrorists in the cities of Salah ad-Din and Diyala.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Irado Krikorian from the News Center in Damascus. Prime Minister Wael al-Halaqi stressed that the qualitative victories achieved by the Syrian Arab Army in restoring peace and security to the most of the Syrian territories is helping the government to develop the national economy. Al-Halaqi renewed during his meeting with parliament members from Dar'a Governorate that the reconstruction stage needs cooperation between both the legislative and executive authorities to move with Syria to the new phase. The Premier said that Dar'a will remain the shield of the homeland and its people will not allow terrorists to stay on their soil. The parliament members pointed out to the importance of peace and security established by the Syrian Arab Army in Dar'a Governorate as the government secured the citizens' basic needs despite the war conditions. In Aleppo, Syrian Arab Army unit foiled an infiltration attempt made by a terrorist group from Layramoun towards the safe areas in Aleppo, killing and wounding all its members. Syrian Arab Army units also destroyed several cars belonging to terrorists in Queres and nearby areas. Earlier, Syrian Arab Army units restored security and stability to the industrial zone in a Sheikh Najjar area, which was changed into the biggest terrorist stronghold to the northeast of Aleppo. The remains of terrorists stationed there were eliminated and their ammunitions were destroyed. In Homs countryside, Syrian Arab Army units eliminated 10 terrorists and wounded several others, destroying their equipment and ammunition through targeting their dens in Sharshouh village. Syrian Arab Army units also targeted terrorist hideouts in Maghr al-Mir in Damascus countryside, killing and wounding scores of terrorists. In Dar'a and its countryside, Syrian Arab Army units targeted a terrorist group that tried to attack citizens near al-Thuraya crossroad in Ankhel city, killing and wounding its members. Syrian Arab Army units also targeted terrorist gatherings to the west of al-Khadr Mosque and al-Akhdar Mosque in Al-Naima and in Tal Ahmar in the countryside of the city. In Idlib countryside, Syrian Arab Army units targeted terrorist gatherings to the west of Ma'aret Masrin and Al-Zawiya mountain, killing several terrorists. Most of them belong to al-Nusra front. In Latakia countryside, Syrian Arab Army unit targeted a terrorist hideout and destroyed it. Meanwhile, an infighting between terrorist groups in the village of Khan el-Joz resulted in the death of 20 terrorists. In Damascus countryside, Syrian Arab Army units attacked terrorist positions in Saqba, Harasta, Al-Mleha and Douma, killing several terrorists. 15 Iraqis at least were killed while 25 were injured in a terrorist suicidal bomb in Samarra. Moreover, sources asserted that 15 soldiers were killed during the explosion of a car bomb south Samarra, noting that this car bomb caused the injury of 25. In an interview with Radio 5 Live, affiliated to the British Broadcasting Corporation BBC, the British terrorist called Abou Ousamah affirmed that he would not return to Britain from Syria, where he is fighting along with the armed terrorist groups, until the state of the Caliphate reaches Britain. He added that he would return to his country to raise black banners over the headquarters of the British government in Downing Street and over Buckingham Palace.
President of Chechnya Republic, Ramadan Kadyrov, condemned the crimes committed by the terrorist organizations in Syria and Iraq, as he called to stop the bloodshed and crimes in both countries. Kadyrov said that the terrorists who have been trained by the American, European and Israeli intelligence are committing terroristic crimes under the so-called jihad, killing daily hundreds and even thousands of people. The president said there are powers in Saudi Arabia, Turkey and the Gulf states that funded these terrorist groups, which are led by al-Qaeda representatives. Finally, new evidence has been revealed about the involvement of Britain in supporting the armed terrorist groups in Syria. The British Broadcasting Corporation recently unveiled a new secret British plan prepared by General David Richards, a prominent commander in the British Army, about the training of tens of thousands of terrorists in Jordan and Turkey to fight in Syria in cooperation with the U.S. side. But the designers of the plan retreated from implementing it after they discovered the dangers that might cause to the European security. The European governments started to impose tight restrictions on the return of terrorists to their homelands in Europe. The French authorities recently announced the arrest of a terrorist aged 17 at Nice airport upon his return from Istanbul on charges of belonging to a terrorist group. With this, we end our news for today. Thank you for watching. For more details about Syria and the region and to view this bulletin again, you can always visit our website in English, syriaonline.sy. Now to latest business and market news with Nariman Qassam, but after a short break.